years that Cambodia, plagued by corruption and isolated by war, is a thing of the past. Today's Cambodia tantalizes visitors with a culture steeped in tradition as well as a pristine environment. This is a country rich in distinctive sites warranting days of exploration.
I know a little bit about the history of Cambodia. I know about the Khmer Rouge. I think this is going to be a place that's sort of having a turnaround, but I don't know how it's impacted the people really, and I'm interested to see how that plays out.
Angkor, spread over an area of nearly 60 miles in northwestern Cambodia, is a virtual gateway into the nation's history, with an astonishing 1,000 temples set among forest and farmland. These grand religious buildings are the only surviving remains of the Khmer Empire, which ruled from the 9th to 15th centuries. One in particular, Angkor Wat, is the heart and soul of Cambodia. Built in the early 12th century, this holy Buddhist temple is to this day the largest religious monument in the world. Angkor Wat continues to serve as a major house of worship and is even featured on the Cambodian flag. Angkor Wat was built for King Surya Varman II as his state temple and capital city. Dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu, the temple is embellished with intricate statues, carvings, and bas-relief depicting scenes from Hindu mythology.
And what were these two structures?
That's the library.
Library?
Yeah, library on both sides.
This is exciting. I have read about this place and looked at pictures for years.
Well, there are more excitement to come. This is only just the main gate. This was built in the early 12th century, early of the 12th century.
12th century.
It's huge.
Yeah, by two different kings.
It's all stone.
The one thing I was really surprised at was how sort of mythical it looked. It almost looked like it wasn't real.
This 4-mile-long temple has 5 central towers representing the sacred Mount Meru, the center of the universe in Hindu mythology. The outer walls represent the mountains and the edge of the world, with the 570-foot wide moat symbolizing the oceans beyond. Angkor Wat's design is a superb example of classic Khmer architecture, noted for the harmony of its design. In the days of the Khmer Empire, religious structures were made of stone. That Angkor Wat is still standing is a testament to the ingenuity of its builders.
Look at this, Melanie.
It's incredible.
This is the highest level, the 3rd level of the temple, and it's the worship temple, but it's only for the king and his family. Of course, the king did not climb up by himself, so he has people to carry him up. You know, the reason why the staircase is so steep, it's also when they build their own time. When you climb up the staircase, you have to do like this.
Okay.
Like you do like that, as the way of respecting the god.
All right.
So, but in the modern day, you can do whatever you want.
I'm going to kick my sandals off.
Yeah, do the gods mind if we take our shoes off?
No, not at all.
Okay. This is a much better way.
Yeah, I kind of like this way.
Yeah.
Wow, it's pretty steep. Not everybody was allowed up here. This was just for royalty, right?
Yeah, that's right.
It's just such an incredible compound, the whole thing. I mean, it's hard to believe how they started building it. Did they write it down on paper? Did they make a miniature of it?
I mean, I'm not surprised our ancestors back then could do this structure, could do this plan, because if you look at the Khmer Empire, we were the glorious one. It was the glorious time of the Khmer.
I didn't know anything about it before we came here. Did you?
It was bigger than I thought it would be, and I didn't expect it to be such an athletic experience. Didn't realize I'd be rock climbing. I loved it.
Melanie and Albin's next stop is in northern Cambodia, in the town of Siem Reap to be exact, set on the banks of the river of the same name. They hope to get a better sense of this expansive region by seeing it from a hot air balloon far above.
Nice.
It doesn't look scary. Does it look to you?
That looks horrifying. Nervous?
As long as I don't look down, I'm fine. If I look out, it's great.
You say that big lake, big river, it's not the river and it's not the lake, but it's the barai.
Barai.
Man-made barai.
What does Barai mean?
Barai is like a lake, but it's man-made.
Don't you just think that Cambodia is like the most peaceful looking country? I mean, it like has this nice little haze over it, over all the green, lush green.
Where's Angkor Wat? There's Angkor Wat.
Angkor Wat is that way.
Only after exploring Angkor Wat first on foot and then from on high can the Yulis fully appreciate the magnitude of this ancient temple.
What I love about here, being up here, is that you can see the perfect example of the Cambodian landscape.
Yeah.
It's very peaceful up here too, isn't it?
It's very serene. Very quiet.
We're going down, Mel. Headed back down. You survived another one. Another adventure.
Traveling teaches you more than any article, any book, any conversation ever could teach you, because you're actually experiencing everything.
Not a mile from Angkor Wat is one of the most spectacular views Siem Reap has to offer. Travelers are mesmerized by the sunset at Phnom Bakhang, the highest point in Angkor. Dating back to the 9th century, Phnom Bakhang, with its 108 surrounding towers, was the first of the Hindu temples built in Angkor. There are several ways to get up to this historic site, but by far, the most enjoyable has to be the elephant ride.
Is this our ride?
Yeah.
This will take us all the way up to the top?
Yeah, not to the top, to the first level.
Is this going to be balanced? It's going to be okay?
Yeah.
Wow, this
Wow.
is too easy.
Jeez.
The ancestor, because they were here much longer than us.
And did they use them for transportation?
Yeah, like building all the temples that you see.
Yeah.
The elephant were the one that transport all the stone. They also use elephant like for scaffolding.
Scaffolding.
Elephants have